we are taking measurements. Now, this is how we start. Start from the upper bust, where your bust starts. From the upper bust. So you make sure your measurement is firm, not tight and not loose. Make sure that your measurement is very firm with one finger inside so that you give room for breathing. Okay, we just firm with one finger inside. Then the upper bust, that's the first. The second is the bust. And the bust should be measured around the nipple points. It should be measured around the nipple points. Same process. Then you go to the underbust. We have seen it where the bust ends. That is the underbust. So we have the upper bust, the bust, the underbust, and the waist, the waistline. Now, how do we know the waistline? You know the waistline. Can you turn straight? Looking at this, but not that you have to press your client's body, but I'm just telling you ways to know your actual or correct waistline. This place where there is no bone. Can you see it? That's the best place for your outfit to cinch in. So this place where there is no bone. Can see there's bone here, so you can't use it here for your waist. But this place where it's cinched in, can see here the bone also starts. Another way to know your waistline is the break of your ham. If I'm standing like this, can you see the break of my ham? Same level. So when you mark this at the break, that's a general, like for me, the standard. I'll just mark this break. Can you see? It's in already. So you measure the waist to this one finger in. Alright? Then we go to the lowest. Can you turn? This is the break where your hip starts from. The break where your hip starts from. Same process. Then you go to the hip. That's the peak of the bum bum. So I'll list them again. Up bust, under bust, waist, lowest, and hip. So you can call this high waist, but I just call this waist. Then call this lowest, then hip. Having done that, the next is your body point, which is as important as your measurement. Because if your point does not fall on the right path, you are not going to place your measurement on the right level of the body. So you start from, then how do you know where to place your tape when you're starting? What would you use? Use it here. Right. So you start from here, you move where the bust starts, that's up bust. You now move your tape rule down to your under bust. You lock it well. Then locking it, you check where the nipple point is. Okay. Then you move to, like I said, the break of your hand, that's your elbow line to get to your waist. Then your hip is where your bum starts, where your bum starts from, and the peak of your bum bum. So with this measurement, people will not be like, won't I measure nipple to nipple? Won't I measure what? Yes, you can measure it. But the major reason for this class is to tell you how to be able to sew for people you don't see. You might want to see measurements and person able to measure correctly, and how to be able to sew for different measurements and sizes. So I'll teach you the principles to get your nipple to nipple, your bust, and your bust band is the coverage of from here to here. Okay, there's a formula for it. Sometimes while the person is wearing a dress, you might not be able to get it very well, but there's a formula that we help you, and with this formula you cannot make any error. Are we together? So now you're done with the measurements. It's a bit chubby, alright. It's still the same process. There's no I don't sew for slim people, it's only for I don't sew for fast people, it's only slim people. No, you shouldn't run away from it. You should be able to sew for any size and stature. It's the same thing, alright. So the same process goes up bust, and see I'm measuring now for you to know that there's no difference between a plus size measurement and a medium size measurement. Alright, so nipple point on the bust, you have your waist. Can you see my taper on the waist too? You have your low waist like that, and the hip. Same thing goes for the body points as well. You can see our bust is 7.5, going to our under bust, to our waistline, down to the low waist and the hip line.